And fall in, my fellow scout troopers, to a brand new battle of Total War Silmarillion. We've got the latest patch here on display today. We've got a forest faction, I believe. We've got the Avid of Tauren Dureth, commanded by Captain Gervais. We've got here 2 units, well actually 1 unit there of, hang on, my bad. They are Moss Stalkers of the Darkling Wood. I read them as the faction name, whoops. But the Avid of Tauren Dureth is a new faction to me. We have some Bulwards of the Darkling Wood, because they use the darker wood, I guess. Alright, over here we have Bulwards of the Darkling Wood again. Looks to be 2 units, actually just a 1 unit of them hidden. Just taking a quick look at these guys. It appears to be a light to medium, well, light spear unit, I should say, because they have wooden shields after all. We have over here the Thorncasters of Tauren Dureth. These guys here are little spiny tree creatures. I remember Bilbo had a faction similar to this in Wars of Arda, but they're thicker, like bigger tree trunks. These guys here look fast and nimble, so we'll see how well they go. We have the Stone Hewers of the Darkling Wood over here. These guys here have these weird kick-ass masks. They kind of make me think of that villain from Mortal Kombat, Shan or whatever. I don't remember his name, but he's the evil Emperor guy, pretty much. Over here we have Rangers of the Hidden Path. Looks to be 2 units of them. They are missiles. Are they javelins? They appear to be javelin unit. And they got the Windigo mask as well. Very cool. We got here the Shades of the Guarded Path. Yeah, I'm liking the masks. It kind of looks like they're going to a hipster's 70s party or something like that, you know, with the crazy hair masks and the feathers. Or a weird, or maybe a kick-ass masquerade ball, I don't know. We have the First Refusers here. Oh, interesting name, actually. I wonder what the story is behind that. The First Refusers, eh? They appear to be slingers. The first slinger unit I've seen in Medieval. I think, well, Medieval 3 Days Reforged, I mean. We have the more Stone Hewers of the Darkling Wood. And I think that brings us to his first ally here today. No, this is still Gervais. Jeez, he has a huge army. Bulwards of the Darkling Wood here, Moss Stalkers, more Bulwards, Stone Hewers again, Thorncasters, 2 more units of them. Thorncasters, they are missile units actually, but what do they fire exactly? We'll find out. We go over here, the Host of Withered Ash. Well, we've got a lot of tree units here. Why not have one that's burnt? These guys here look to be the most heavily armoured of the group. Well, maybe it's in the name. The Shades of the Guarded Path here as well. But these guys here, this unit does make me a bit more curious. The Host of the Withered Ash. Because they're more refined in terms of their armor and maybe a uniform, just signifies, geez, what does it mean? What's the word I'm looking for? Signifies advancement, you know? They're not just taking stuff from the forest and making it into clothes and armor. They've taken stuff from the forest and, I don't know, industrialized it, maybe is a way to put it. They've made armor. Anyway, moving on, we have the House of Feanor, commanded by Waffles. We've got 2 units here, Rise of the Pass. Mount the Company of Kirdafin. The rest of his army's hidden over here. I wouldn't say hidden, it's just over here. Okay, we have Archers of Amrod here, just the 1 unit. Shield Bearers of Heliborn over here. We've got here Shield Bearers of Heliborn, 2 more units. We've got Footmen of Amaras. We've got the Cursed of Aquilonde. One of their best units. Surprised they're here. We have the Footmen of Amaras over here. Mounted Company of Curafin. These guys here, they're our skirmisher unit. This will be 2 units of them. Defenders of Agalon over here. Automatamon, that is their best melee unit. We have over here Defenders of Agalon. Rangers of Heliborn, 2 units. I think in the heat of the battle, the Aquilonde is what the army will be relied on. Like, that'll be the spine. And the Ottomo you can think of as, well, their brain. Over here, we have a final ally here of Gervais. We have the Grey Elves of Mithrin. This is also a new faction to me. We have the Eagle-Eyed of Androth. Looks to be 2 units. Hunters of Mithrin here. Just 1 unit. Skirmisher. Sword Bearers of Mithrin. Scions of Torah. Shore Riders here of Mithrin. 2 units. We've got some Herds Hewing Guardsmen of Androth. 2 units. We've got some Sentries of Mithrin. 3 units there. And that appears to be it. which is strange. Looks to be Mithram has expensive units, it would seem. Now these guys here, they are skirmisher cav, both of them. We'll see how well they go in charge and melee as well. Given that he only brought so few cav, they must be good. Over here we have their opponents, the House of Finafin, commanded by Lord Beligust. A familiar veteran. We got some Wardens of Nagathron here. We got down here the rest of his army. Archers of Tarathurn, 2 units. Bridge Wards of Nagathron. Wardens of Nagathron. Aquini Morgamila. And Marksmen of Nagathron as well. We've got a catapult here, 4 catapults to a unit. Love that. We've got some Swordsmen of Tarathurn. Looks to be 5 units there across. Bridge Wards of Nagathron. Wardens of Nagathron. House Company of Prince. And Marksmen of Nagathron. I'm a bit iffy on the company of the Prince of Rindawar. Largely because every time I've seen them so far in every battle, they seem to get focused down, massacred, and not really have a chance to show what they can do. Hopefully this battle is different. We have over here the Eastlings, commanded by Stewie, everyone's favourite player. He's got Warband of Northland, 2 units there. Marauders of Himrim, they are an axe throwing unit first and foremost, and then become a light infantry unit after that, but mainly used for their axes, so remember that when you bring them. Don't rely on them too much in combat. We have another catapult here from Stewie. I didn't know players were meant to bring 2 artillery pieces because I didn't see any artillery pieces bought on the Gervais side, but Stewie and Lord Beligust have taken a big gamble here. They've got a limited window to do some serious damage to their opponents to make this catapult worthwhile being brought. So hopefully it works out for them, because if it doesn't, then they're in trouble. In fact, he brought another catapult over here. He's got 2 units. Well, with 8 artillery shots coming, I think, Waffler's way, well, I would imagine they'll do some serious damage. We'll find out soon enough. We have the Sons of Ulfang, one of my favourite units. That's a 200 axe unit there. We have the Horatini Nomads. And I think I asked a question before, I think somebody did answer. The shields don't actually, those aren't those guys, I'm thinking of different people, or entirely. I think maybe I have a different faction. Sons of Ulfang. Yeah, I am thinking of a different faction. Over here we have more of the Eastling force. We have the Clan Guard of Lothland mixed in with the Halberds of Lothland. 3 units of each across there in that line. We got here the Marauders of Himring, 2 units. Warband of Lothland. The Salamadrid Guard, archer unit, but also pretty decent on the charge as well in the past. We have the Horatini Nomads over here and the Pillagers of Himring. New unit actually that I haven't seen before in action, so we'll see how that goes. Looks to be an axe throwing unit on horseback. First of its kind. We have over here the Dominion of Torin Gadoth. We've got a new signia, I think, for this faction as well. Commanded by Tundrus Fox. Don't mess with Tundrus. He's got the Hispras Hunters. 2 units there, maybe of them. Half unit and full unit. That can get confusing very quickly. We have the Scarahai Longfangs. These guys here are a javelin. They're not a javelin unit, they're a medium infantry unit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Geez, 5 of them. We have the Hispocras Howlers. 2 units of them. We'll come to that cavalry, I think, in a second. There's some more units over here. We've got the Discaraz Wolf Guard. Looks very cool. We've got the Discaraz Chosen. Geez, we wouldn't want to meet Discaraz if his troops look this fierce. I mean, hell, half of them have 6 skulls on their backs. We got more Discaraz Wolf Guards, so we've got the elite line here of Torren behind. There's definitely bulked up Dominion Torren Gareth's roster for sure. The presence of these guys to give them more weight. We got Mangonel, Ironsword Legionnaires, Artillery. 3 Mangonel here. We have over here the Hispocras Pyre Wolves. Okay, so these guys might be throwing grenades or shooting flame, something like that. We'll see. We have over here the Luscaraz Zilgulap. It should be 3 units of them. And that is it. So we'll head over here to Wolfless's force because we've got 8 catapults coming his way. Hopefully it was in the best... But hopefully it was their best move not to bring artillery, but we'll find out. So, enjoy. But Wolfless has spread out his force to a degree. I mean, what can you really do? Aside from getting his troops into loose formation, that probably should be his next move, but the minute he does that, his entire army is going to start interloping with each other. This is not good. The sky is falling. Oh, jeez, man. You almost lost your general. Oh, a meter from death. A meter. Careful, man. Careful, careful. Yep. Alexander is in trouble. Oh, he's not even using flaming shot anymore. He's using standard shot. Well, that reduces the theatrical value a little bit. We'll keep our eye there on the map. We'll go and check on Alexander just briefly to see how his army's faring. He spread it out. He's only lost a few troops. He's heading towards his ally. That's actually a pretty good idea. He can defend those choke points that come at them from this direction. Makes their opponents also have to walk a long way around. I'm not sure this move here was smart from Waffles. He's racing his forces back here, close amongst the ranks of his army. Now be the time to unleash all the fire ammunition, maybe on the Aquilon deck, because they are in the center. And so when all the bolts spread out, they've got the most likely chance of hitting anything. That catapult fire. Nice shot there. That came from Lord Belagost, I think. Don't know if that came from Stewie. They could be trying to save their ammunition too for later. Okay, Alexander here has his skirmisher cav. He's eyeing a potential charge. We've got the marksman Nagathron here. Are they? They must be hidden. Are they hidden? No, they're not hidden. They're visible. Okay, we've got the marksman Nagathron here trying to fire on the cavalry. Shooting upwards like this though. There's good news for Alexander. Let's see, it's almost like deadly rain. It might hit you, it might not. Yeah, over here, we've got somebody approaching Torungaroth. Okay, they're shooting into the cav here. Trying to weaken the wargs here a little bit. Maybe go after the prior wolves. It doesn't look like Torungaroth has any archers, so Waffles can move up at his own leisure, really. Probably start moving forwards and just firing on the Hippogras prior wolves. They're moving out ahead of the army here. There's no other troops here close by. Yeah, just charge forth. Keep your distance from the Hippogras if you're that nervous about them. But just shoot into the prior wolves. I think they're firing, yeah. No. They switch targets. They're trying to cut him off. We got Sauron's Lord of Wolves here. That's meant to be an earlier version of Sauron, maybe. And nice job, guys. The model looks great. In the second age, Sauron probably would have looked like that. His armor would have been more refined. He didn't really adopt the monster beast form until late in the second age. That's what I believe from the photos I've seen, you know. I've seen Sauron in elvish armor. He would have looked something like that. Mounted company here. They're sort of headed off the wolves. We've got the Wartburg Gujara Light Cavalry. I don't know if it makes sense to bring up the ball wards. Well, they are a light. Oh no. Are they light? Doesn't say. They are a spear unit. But they're in loose formation. That usually doesn't bode well for most spear units. So we have the Luskraz here. And the Vorbak. Pliables aren't present here in this fight. So round 1 here went to VALINOR easy. Most of the casualties here belong to Tor and Garroth, but they have blood to spare. We've got the Mangonel here firing away. Borgivaeus. His Stone Hewers copped it a bit. And the Moss Stalkers as well. Get on the high ground here. Hippogras Hunters here trying to have an archer fight with the elves. They're usually always going to lose that one. But despite the Mangonel fire coming in, see these guys hurting. It's actually burning them. It's not killing them straight away, but it is burning them. Oh, geez, trees running through fire. That's either very cool or very bad for them. Come on, my little tree younglings. What are we doing? They're gonna do something. You sent them up this far. Alright. They're getting a few kills. Maybe this is meant to symbolize them throwing thorns, you know? If I might make a suggestion on these guys, making fire their critical weakness, because they are trees after all, and if fire arrows come at them, then that makes them rout in like 10 seconds. I mean, make them deadly, but give them a critical weakness like that would definitely change how players would use them. And it would be more in line with what they actually are as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. If an army's spread out, you want that kind of lob shot. It really helps them spread out that much. Okay, what we got over here? Lord Beligos here putting a lot of pressure on Alexander. They're about to engage. The Hunters of Mithrim. What are they up to? What can they do? They appear to be a tiny unit. Lord Beligos here putting his forces very clumped up together. Breach Wands of Nagathron getting copying it here, getting a lot of fire into them. Grey Elves moving over. I'm not sure Alexander wants catapult volley there into his sword bearers. Holy smokes, how lucky is this general, Offles? Come on, man. I mean, the guys are dying to the right of you, to the left of you. You're almost not getting hit. That is bloody impressive. The luck. Okay, we got the Eagle Eye of Androth. Those are all the guys firing earlier. The old factions versus the new. We've got the Aquini Mormongilla moving in. The sentries here holding out very well on their own. These are just 2 units here holding out against 3 or 4 now at most. The human guildsmen standing by in reserve. But why have the hunters there? Is it because the general's there and he's using the general's buff to keep his troops in the fight? I don't know. The elves are pushing them back a bit more by a bit more. No, hang on. Hunters here, these guys are just out of ammunition. They were an archer unit. Oh, they were a skirmisher unit from memory. I thought they were elite because I just saw them by themselves. I obviously forgot earlier. Must have thrown all their javelins. Here comes the Easterlings. Waffler's here needs to reform his lines. He's going to get swamped here by Stewie if he's not careful. And he needs to tell Alexander to move up, protect his right flank. Okay, yeah, Waffler's is charging. He's adding weight here to his line. He doesn't have halberdiers, so the Eastlings do have that going for them. The Marauders of Himri. Who would they target, I wonder? The only targets they probably could hit is the Archers of Amrod. Or the... yeah, well, that's 2 units of the Archers of Amrod. Okay, we are at 12%. Okay. We've got the Nomads here. These guys, what are they firing? Okay, they're just standard arrows. Light Archer Cav. Rise of the Past moving up. Those guys are back from the other side there. So Torren Garth is yet to engage Gervais's force. Alexander sending his forces in. Up against the Warband of Lothland, he should be able to win that. They could actually outflank the Sons of Ulfang. We got here some skirmishes, some javelins here, throwing into the catapult. I think they're targeting the Sons of Ulfang. There's overshot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Good. Defenders of Agalon moving up. You can tell players really don't like certain units when they just bring all their fire to bear on one of them. Alright, let's look at Alexander's side here. So I don't miss too much. Well, Lord Belgus has put a lot of his... I was going to say Lord Belgus put a lot of eggs on the right side here of his flank, but that's actually Alexander that's done that. He's managed to push through and form a wedge here around the House of Finafrin. Not really good news there for Lord Belagast. He's managing to attack either flank as well as head on the Wardens of Nagathron, which is one of his best units. Now they've obviously slowed Alexander's push forward. As you can see, the right flank they're having much more success. Yeah, Sons of Ulfang got a kill on Alexander's general. We'll see how well the army holds up after his death. Outlaws of Hibron. We've got the Hunters of Himring, not doing anything just yet. Okay, he's falling back. Lord Belagast is almost through on the side, sentry is almost defeated, so we've got Lord Belagast here about to attack the rear here of Alexander's forces. He's in trouble. Both sides here not giving a ground, not giving an inch to each other over here. Alexander here is behind the ranks. He's got his cav harassing the Salamandrian Guard. These guys here, I don't know. Have they used up their ammunition? Surprised they would double team these guys. Lord Belagos, his attention is all over the place right now because, well, he's got his forces all over the place. That's why the company isn't reacting to it. Okay, he's over here now. I want to see what's going on Gervais' side. What have we got going on here? Mostalk is just sort of having some tit for tat with the wargs. So Gervais really hasn't begun his campaign just yet. The campaign of his allies, though, are in full swing. Archers of Emerald here had a nice firing position. They should be able to defeat the Warband, but the Warband are keeping them busy. Walther's just moving the cavalry in to hold up his right flank to stop these enemy forces from streaming through. That's a weird little charging maneuver there. Not a bad charge there from the Shore Riders. But it looks like Waffles is getting defeated here. Him and Alexander, they're losing this.
The enemy general lies dead. We have sent the Corps to hell.
At what point? Oh, hang on. That was right on the money, I reckon. I think Gervais's help is needed over here.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Alright, so Waffles and Alexander winning here on the right. They're losing on the left. And so Rances here can fold up the other first. But I'm leaning towards Lord Belagos. Alexander's still here. I actually half thought Lord Belagos would have destroyed these forces already. Looks like Alexander's just sort of delaying them. Yeah, the forces, they're wavering, they're breaking. So the death of the general there is finally causing the unwanted cascading effect. Nice charge from Mounted Company. Well, here comes the rest of their forces, and Waffles just doesn't have the numbers to hold out against them. Alexander's about gone. Gervais does have one of his best units over here helping out. It's just not enough, unfortunately. This is okay, and Gervais, sensing he can't wait anymore, is charging Tundra's Fox. Okay, he's falling.
Without their general, our allies may lose heart and sleep.
So long things were throwing their axes. Well, you can literally see how fast the elves are moving their way through the ranks here of the orcs. I wonder where Sauron's at. Oh, there he is. I can see him down the line. And that is why he is Sauron. Jeez, you know, screw cavalry and screw elephants. He just carves a path through the whole line. In 5 seconds. He's not firing into the wolf guard. He's moving up his archers though. Rangers are the hidden path. They're under fire from somebody. The Hispocras hunters.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Gervais is sort of struggling here against the wolf guard. It's 72 to 64. What is that sound?
Only half the enemy force remains.
Sauron can fire firebolts now. That's new. Kind of a stalemate here. Neither side is making decent ground on the other. Waffles is over here trying to help. Great charge there. No, Waffles is keeping him in the fight. Just another good charge. Come on.
Lord be merciful, we have lost half of our men.
Now, Tundra's here countercharged him. They're trying to bring down in a futile effort Sauron. And Sauron here can take a beating. We've seen him take tons of hits from arrows. Using this guy isn't as easy as you'd think. And Tundra's is doing a good job of it. You got the stone hewers here running around. The Mosstalkers might be out of ammunition, I don't know. No, Gervais, watch out!
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Sauron's not even the general here of this army.
Their will to fight.
The cab needs to keep Sauron busy somehow. I think they're trying. $85 to $79. It's shaping up to be a great fight. Tundras here might be bugging out with Sauron, saving him, trying to get him back to his allies. It's not known for Sauron to flee. Actually, it is. There are many shows, there are many scenes of him fleeing. And the Rangers just throwing some javelins across. So, well done to Waffles too for coming to the aid of Gervais. He helped tip that battle back in his favour. The constant cycle charges really harassed the enemy, getting some decent kills too on the charge, which was impressive. But hang on. Oh no, they're broken. I thought maybe Gervais was bugging out before the battle was finished. But he did not really charge into Tundra's back. He made the forces turn around, lose focus, get a bit disorganised here, making it easier for Gervais's front line to bring down their enemies in front of them, because they were disorganised, they were distracted. So that's why Gervais won there so effectively. I mean, Gervais, he probably would have lost if not for the cavalry of the Rise of the Pass. They did a lot of good work there, just destroying the rear lines of the enemy, keeping Gervais's forces in the fight, allowing him to preserve the size of army he has is what I'm really getting at there. That's what the effective Waffles cab did. Gervais here might have been able to win, but I'm leaning towards actually Tundras winning as long as Tundras was keeping Gervais in front of him. But thanks to Waffles, Gervais won that fight and has a large portion of his army still alive and gearing up for the next battle. I'm not sure why Gervais is falling back. He doesn't want to fight in the open. They're up against harder opponents. Now it'll just be a question of whether Alexander and Waffles did enough damage to these guys that Gervais can overcome them at the end. Balance of Power says no, but let's find out. Till then, we'll do a small cut, guys, and come back once the battle resumes. Alright guys, the battle has started. We have the catapult crew being thrown in just to sort of test the waters and disrupt Gervais's defensive formation. As you can see here, Gervais countercharged the catapult crew, and that's moved them forward a little bit and created a few gaps here in the line. Now it's a game of who can outflank the outflanker. Sauron here throwing these firebolts. Those rangers better do something. Gervais probably needs to send some forces in, shore up his left and centre a little bit.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this debacle.
Yeah, it's good to see him charge in there. Javas looks a little bit stretched here. He's got 5 archers firing in. He's got a small contingent holding out against a few units here from Stewie. He might win. They are war there. He's got a chance. Stony who is here wavering, some of them are. $90 to $89. Hell of a fight. Sauron here moving in.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this debacle.
Sauron here appears to be the tipping point. Things are actually looking up there for Javas, but then Sauron sort of put a hammer to that. And there goes Javas. Sauron just doesn't seem to want to die. I mean, how do you kill him? Easiest way would be javelins or axe throwers, you'd have to think. Last thing you should do is fight Sauron in melee combat. He's torn through the ranks of his enemies. Like that or nothing. But yeah, it's over now. And so, unfortunately, that's a defeat there. Sauron and his forces win the day, so well done to Tundris and his team. Captain Javas there, 2,513. Alexander, 1255. Wafflers here, 738. Tundris Ox here, 1530. Shui, 1580. And Lord of Belagost, 1879. So Javas here got quite a few kills. The Shades of the Guarded Path here, 161. The First Refusers, 142. The Host of Withered Ash, only 127. Okay. Rangers of the Hidden Path here, 118. Thorncasters, 160, 195, 131. So it seems to be a staple there of that force of Harlandon. We got here Bale Wards of the Darkling Wood. Mixed performances there. 2 units getting over 200 kills. Other 2 units there getting less than 100. Stone Hewers of the Darkling Wood, 215. 161. And Moss Stalkers of the Darkling Wood, 101. And 140 and 142. Okay. So that is that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this action-packed Silmarillion 3v3. That was actually really, really good, guys. Well done. Unlucky to Javas. It always sucks to be on the winning team of a close battle, because winners just feel that extra bit sweeter because they had to really work for it. Still, well done to Tundris once again, Stewie and Lord on their performance. Well done, guys. And unlucky, of course, to Javas and Alexander and Wafflers, but that's just the way it fell today. Thank you to Javas for sending me the replay. If you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, guys, there are 4 links in the video description below, which are my email, scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there, or tag me in the replay post on the 33 Force Discord as well. This is Micka from Scouts Entertainment signing off. Fall out, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.